To CNN's Sarah Seidner this morning. In a raw, emotional moment, Sarah talked about what she witnessed covering the spike in LA's COVID cases. Take a look.
You know, this is the 10th hospital that I have been. I'm sorry. This is the 10th. I apologize. I'm going to try to get through this. This is the 10th hospital that I have been in. And to see the way that these families have to live after this and the heartache that goes so far and so wide. It's really hard to take.
Oh dear. Listen, it's the hardest thing in the world when you actually. I don't even know what station it is, but every week they do. They pick a few people who have passed from the virus, and they do like a little life story on that. You know, they condense it into a few seconds, their lives, and family photos and their names and everything, and that's when it brings it so. It's like, oh my God, it's as if you knew that person when you see them in a picture with their family and what they did for a living and all of this, and it just brings it home. It's not a number, it's a person. It's a mom, a sister, a friend, and it's just heartbreaking. It goes on and on and on, and it's never ending.
Well, and I think what this video shows is, I think we're seeing somebody that saw it firsthand. And, I think in life, and especially with COVID, you can see something on the news and it's so far removed from you that it doesn't hit you the same. But then when you're a CNN reporter and you're going in and seeing the front lines, seeing the doctors and the nurses and what it can do, the worst case scenario for these people, it does literally take you aback and makes you realize this is real, this is happening. It can affect you this way, and that is important to remember. And I think we're seeing that in that video. She's thank God we have that video, because another count of somebody saying, like, this is real. We have to wear our masks. We have to do everything we possibly can to stay safe.
And then on the other hand, you'll see somebody being interviewed and they say, oh no, I don't believe this. It's not as bad as people say. It's just like the flu. It's like, where are you from?
Yeah, absolutely.
What is going on in your head?
Our president laughed it off and said that it was a joke and how strong, how he got out in 2 days. Well, guess what? Not everybody does. Not everybody does. And that is what we have to remember.
He came out in 2 days because he's not really human. He's like an android. He doesn't have feelings and a soul like we do.
Well, I think that it's when you watch that, it reminds us that this is not just political. This is deeply personal, and I think it's important that I think watching that for me felt like a dam was breaking. It feels like there's this collective grief that we're all carrying, and to watch somebody break like that, someone that we expect to see newscasters be so strong through the most inhumane things, and what we are living through is inhumane. This is not normal. And even just sitting across from you, Amanda, I do not know how you do this every single day. I do not know how you do it. You are one of the strongest people in the world. You're the strongest person in my world.
That's right.
If that were me, I couldn't do this. And so I just have so much respect for you. And there's there's people in my life who are going through tremendous loss. And you just feel so helpless because there's nothing you can do to take it back. There's nothing you could do to fill these holes in these people's hearts and their lives and their families. And like you said, Sharon, it's more than numbers. It's more than data. These are people. These are people's lives. And so, honestly, I think it's a good thing for us to see that, to see somebody allow their emotion to come through, because maybe we all need to let the emotion out sometimes. Because we're holding so much in right now.
You think about the nurses, the doctors, the nurses. And when I was in hospital, I was asking the nurses, how do you do this? And they said, we have to. We just have to keep on. And it's like, the strength that these people have.
There was something you were going to say.
Well, we just went through it, and I know we had a mild case, and I tell you, every morning I cry.
thinking about the people that didn't. And I have such a greater appreciation of life right now, more so than ever. And I just keep thinking about the, 1.95 million people worldwide, million people, each one with a life just as big as ours, as we're talking about, who've passed away. I think those that are living, we must live the best life possible and be as kind and compassionate and as sensitive and encompassing and loving towards each other.
Yeah.
You know, we have to.
I remember in the early days when it was just like an epidemic in Italy, and there was this young man, and he filmed himself on the phone talking, saying, please come and take my sister. She'd passed away and she'd been in the apartment a couple of days, and there was nobody available to come and take his sister away because they were overloaded, overworked with the pandemic. You remember?
And when you see I remember that. And when you see Department of Health workers and people giving those numbers, and they break down, like the woman in California here with the curly gray hair, and then there's a woman in Chicago, in Illinois, she broke down. I think really the stress too is that this was preventable. This was preventable. And that's the anger that some of us are having. These were people's lives, almost 377,000 Americans. This was preventable. And if you had taken it seriously in 2019, I don't think we would be going through this right now. And I pray the strength of everyone and every family that's been affected, because they were all someone that someone loved.
I have a quick little thing too. Sorry, I know we have to go to break. I just have to shout out to the nurses. I mean, they are on their feet, 12-hour, sometimes longer shifts, in and out of PPE, which, by the way, takes about 5 minutes to get on your body. They work tirelessly. They know how to do everything. And they are looking after these patients either in the hallway or in a bed or in an ICU room. They are incredible, and we need to always remember that is why you wear your mask, to protect those people and to help them in their everyday struggle as well.
Yeah.
Right. I want a standing ovation for all of the PPE, all the healthcare workers, everybody who's out there doing it for you. We love you.